Okay, so we're going to practice our rules for rounding when we do calculations. Rules for rounding significant figures when we do calculations. All right, first thing you want to do with any calculation is you want to just perform the operation, whatever it is: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So problem number 1. We are going to multiply 2.467 meters by 1.35 meters. All right, so perform the operation the way you normally do. And what do we get? 2.467 times 1.35. That gives us 3.33045. Okay, so this is what I get just from a calculator. Okay, the rule for rounding when you multiply or divide is to round to the lowest number of significant figures in any of the factors that you're using. So our first number has 3 significant figures, and our second number here has 4 significant figures. So we're going to round our answer to 3 significant figures, the lowest number of significant figures in any of our factors. So here's the first 3 significant figures in our answer. Okay, we don't automatically just keep the first 3 digits or the first 3 significant digits here. Sometimes that last digit changes based on rounding. Okay, so look to the number to the right of that 3. Less than 5, the 3 would stay the same. Greater than 5, the 3 would round up by 1. Okay, so it's less than 5, that means this stays the same. And you write your answer as 3.33 meters squared. All right, first one's done. Let's try another one. Okay, this next one is division. In case you can't tell here, it's division. Okay, the same rules apply. The same rule applies for multiplication and division. So let's perform our operation. We're going to divide 1,035 meters squared by 42 meters. Okay, when we perform the operation, we get 1,035 divided by 42. 24.6428, and then there's more numbers. Okay, so again, count the number of significant figures in both of our factors. In the 42, we have 2 significant figures. In the 1,035, we have 4 significant figures. So we round to the lowest number of significant figures in our factors. That's a 2. So we're going to round this to 2 significant figures. So I'm going to underline the first 2. Now that 6 is what we're going to use to decide if we have to round the 4 up or if it stays the same. So in this case, because the 6 is greater than 5, that 4 has to round up. So we're going to round this to 25. And meters squared divided by meters gives us meters. So our answer, 25 meters. And we're done with that one. Okay, so the same rule applies for multiplication and division. You round to the lowest number of significant figures in any of your factors. Number 3, addition. Okay, so addition and subtraction have a slightly different rule. You have to round to the lowest number of places. So let's perform the operation for 3. 12.01 milliliters. 35.2 milliliters. And 6 milliliters. So even though that 6 doesn't have a decimal, it's in the ones place. So you have to know where to place it when you add. You place it to the left of the decimal. Like if there's an imaginary decimal there, it's to the left of that. But I'm going to take the decimal out because that will imply that we have to leave it in when we round. Okay, so we'll perform the operation. We get a 1, a 2, 0.13, and 5. So 53.21 milliliters. Okay, so we round to the lowest number of places, or the lowest number of decimal places. Well, the lowest number of decimal places here is no decimal. So we are going to round there, basically to the nearest whole number. So we know we're going to keep these two. We have to use the 2 to decide whether we round the 3 up or leave it. Okay? Well, as we look at the 2, it's less than 5, so we have to leave the 53 a 53. The 3 stays the same. So 53 milliliters. So we rounded to the nearest whole number. Okay, so that's done. So we round to the lowest number of decimal places. All right, same rule applies for number 4. So we'll perform our operation. 55.46 grams minus 28.9 grams. Okay, subtract. Use a calculator. 55.46 minus 28.9. Okay, this gives us 26.56 grams. Okay, the lowest number of places here, well, the 55.46 has 2 decimal places, and the 28.9 has 1 decimal place. So we are going to round to 1 decimal place, or to the 10th place. Okay, we look at the 6 to round the 5, and it's greater than 5, so the 5 rounds up to a 6. Okay, so again, I'll repeat that. We use the 6 to decide whether we have to round the 5 up. Because the 6 is greater than 5, we have to round the 5 up to a 6. And that will give us 26.6 grams. Alright, and we're done. Okay, so got to just keep in mind 2 rules for rounding. When you're working with significant figures. 1 rule applies to multiplication and division. 1 rule applies to addition and subtraction. Multiplication and division has to do with the number of significant figures in your measurements or in your factors. Addition and subtraction has to do with the place value. You have to round to the lowest number of places. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you. We'll make another short video to show you how to work with scientific notation and significant figures. So I'll see you in a few minutes.